We're here.
Hello. It's just us today.
Wow, it's working.
Casey did it.
Is live. Maybe we'll get some people in the chat that want to. Whenever we get those people in the chat that are like, "Hey, I can help," moderate your chat, or like they're like trying to sell their services to us in the chat.
Yeah.
It's like,
We should
girl,
really
do you
take
see
them
how
up
many
on it
people are?
sometime.
Huh?
Yeah, you need to moderate our 4 people in the chat.
Yeah. It's
See
like,
what they're up to.
we're good. We don't need it.
I think we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
What's new with you,
You
Casey?
know, we've already talked offline about my avocado allergy, but I was reading today, because I was still talking about it, of course. I was reading today that the avocado, I guess intolerance would be. It also is linked to bananas.
That all makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So they say it's usually like stomach pains for the avocado.
But I get the stomach pains with bananas, but I've never. Wait, I'm so confused. Who is RJ in the chat right now?
I don't know.
I'm so confused. Anyway, I get banana cramps, but I don't have aversions to avocado.
You don't have the avocado cramps.
Yeah. Listeners, Casey just discovered that she may or may not be allergic to avocado.
Yeah.
And tongue swelling up.
And then just making my life hell, like being at the movie theater and just like sitting there, like.
Did you see multiple movies this weekend?
Well,
you saw Challengers?
I saw Challengers on Thursday.
Well, that's the weekend.
The start of the weekend, yeah.
The start of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did you see? Yes.
I will say watch Challengers, but I think you can skip Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I don't think any one of our listeners is really on that train, but
I don't think anybody's really like, what movie I plan to see? Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I thought there was already one that was named that.
Listen, they all sound the same. They all sound the same.
How many of them are there?
There's 4 right now. I think.
And they're all Planet of the Apes.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it like the Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
Yes, there's the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. There's several of them. And it all started because James Franco had to have this dang ape, and he messed everything up for everyone. But
I'm out of the apestree, so I'm not.
The only reason
quite
I know
versed.
Yeah, is because Joe made me watch it. So, Jessica says she grew out of an avocado allergy, so maybe one day.
I was gonna say you must have passed it along to Base here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just went from you to me.
That's like one thing I truly don't understand is developing allergies as an adult.
Yeah.
How in the world does that make sense?
My DNA didn't change.
I haven't been able to breathe like past 8 p.m. for the past 2.5 weeks. But like growing up, I never had any allergies of any sort at all.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was the same. I was the same way. Like, it wasn't until I moved back to Texas that I had allergies again.
So crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Speaking of food and snackies, have you tried the new Alani pink slush?
No, I can't find her yet. Oh. Who is this moderator? Is this moderator in the chat, RJ? Is this actually RJ in the group chat from the Philippines?
Is this like AI? For anyone that is not on Twitch right now, we've got Boys Love RJ writing as a moderator, like, welcome to the group chat. Stay a while and join in the conversation. And then it says, group chat, let us know your allergies. This feels like AI.
And then is Adam the gamer? That's not Adam. Adam the gamer, you're not our Adam, are you? Oh my god. This is freaky. If like Okay, like, if you're available, you should have just gotten on the pod.
Yeah.
Is all.
Yeah.
No, I haven't tried Tita is live from the chat. I haven't tried the new pink slush, but she's on my list. Have
Yeah. So
you?
I for some reason I had a wild hair, as we know.
I was
I
gonna
had a
say.
wild hair, and I've ordered it. So I ordered it from the vitamin shop.
Oh, you like
So
you
I
went
had to
there
get
and
12
ordered.
of them. So I committed to the
So
bit.
well, if you don't like them, just keep them aside
Just
for me. Ship them
just
up here, whatever.
send them along. Yeah, I don't know what
I'm sure I'll love it. I'm sure it's gonna be great. I love most of their flavors. They always
uh-huh.
do a really good job. And it's
Someone
Paris
said it
Hilton.
tasted like nerds.
Into it. I really,
So,
really love the cherry twist flavor. That's the one my fridge is, like, constantly stocked with.
mhm.
But
Yeah, I chugged some sort of energy drink the other day on the way to work because I had these gorgies that I got for free.
what did
So
you just say?
they're called Gorgie, Gorgie.
Okay, got it.
So I chugged one on the way to, I mean, I drank it on the way to work. I didn't really chug it, but I drank it on the way to work, and um, I don't know if it like I couldn't tell if it was doing, if it was making me more energetic or
How
anything.
many how many, milligrams of caffeine does that one have? I've never even heard of those.
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, it has to be RJ, but it also doesn't
It
say
is.
moderator in front of his name anymore because he did have the
I think
Barbie
he's been
Olipop.
pu I think he's manually putting in moderator into the chat. It must
What a
be RJ.
loser.
This is what I've been doing, this is a live view of what I've been doing every day, like 4 times a day. What time is it in Manila, the Philippines? Or do you just say, like, Manila, Philippines? It's 8:14 AM. That girl just went to bed, like, 6 hours ago.
Yeah,
What's
they
she
were
doing
chatting.
awake? Man.
Oh,
So, yes,
man.
chat, the boys are in the Philippines, they made it safely. Adam
Mhm.
had a midnight swim last night. They showed content they have been showing content on Close Friends, so
I'm very proud of them.
now more than ever is the time to join Close Friends, girly pops. It is the
Yeah,
moment.
it is time. We've got and Miranda's got us going to, I mean, she's going to Disneyland later this month, so we're gonna have that content.
Yep.
And then next
It's
month
a
will be
lot.
the Chicago trip. Should be a good time.
And then also next month, I'm gonna make it down there. We're I can't look in the chat anymore. We have an opening date for Tiana's Bayou adventure, which is June 28th. Wait,
Oh,
right?
yes.
It's the
Yes.
28th. Yeah. It's so funny because they were announcing yesterday that during American Idol, their Disney episode, they were gonna make an announcement. And then like a press release got leaked or something earlier in the day at like 11 AM. And that's how girlies like Scott Gustin got their hands on it and tweeted like
Mhm.
June 28th is the opening. Sorry to burst that little celebration, but
But it's like for the folks on American Idol, like they're not looking at Twitter or whatever,
right.
The
Yeah.
general public that's gonna see that is fine.
And, like, thank God, like, they knew nobody was gonna tune into American Idol just to listen to this announcement
No.
of Tiana's opening. We are recording this on a Monday, though, so on Tuesday is when they're announcing any AP cast member previews, etcetera. So,
Mhm.
we'll see when
And then
that is.
you're trying to go down there in June?
We were planning on going at the end of June anyway. I think Jace has to go down for work, so we were just planning on going for a couple of days. I
Mhm.
just I just need to be aware. I am riding this ride only one time. I will never ride it more than once. Okay?
Because
Just
of the
so we're
big drop,
aware. I
right?
cannot do that drop. And I just can't do it. And every time I've done it, I also, no matter how much protective water gear I am wearing, that shit finds a way to just like come into my eyeballs. I I hate it. It's I just can't do it. I will have that go the launch to the drop is it's so scary.
It's so
For no
daunting.
reason.
Yeah.
It's so slow and it's so steep. I
Mhm.
will ride it once and never again. So, yeah. Were
Well,
you a Splash Mountain girly? Like, were you always like one who needed to ride it for any reason?
um, I would say needed isn't the right word, but I enjoyed it. There
Hmm.
was famously one time when, when I went on that ride 3 or 4 times in a row, um,
What do you mean?
because because,
On Splash Mountain?
yeah, it was during fireworks, recently, or it was when you had to wear masks, outside still. So it was
Mm,
like October of
2020.
October 2021. Because October 2020, you had to wear masks everywhere still
Oh, I thought Oh, okay, and then April of 21 was when they were like, "You can remove it for a
for a
photo."
photo. Yeah.
You guys, what were we doing?
I don't know. But yeah, but so I was with someone that we've mentioned on the close friends,
Oh, yes, yes,
the close
yes.
friends, single writer pod. I was with one of those, and we like ended up going on it like 3 or 4 times in a row. And it was fun for like the first two, and then I'm just kind of like, okay, let's go. Let's get off of here. But
Let's get
everyone in our
out.
log like stayed on, so we just got to kept going through,
That's
which you
that's
would have.
only happened to me once, where they, like, just let me stay on, and then eventually another cast member noticed that it was on the People Mover, and another cast member, like, looked over at us after, like, our 4th ride, and she came it felt like she came out of nowhere, but she came with attack. She was like, "I don't want them to ride anymore," and she's like, "Get them out of there." And we're like, "Okay." Like,
Whenever it was raining that time.
yeah, when it was pouring. I'm like, "Whatever. That's fine." But
Well, I that was rude. I remember that's when my family was there, and we saw you in the Pinocchio Village house.
oh, yeah, I remember that. That was funny. I think that's when I left my camera there, and then we went to or maybe I don't remember. There was one time we were dining at Pinocchio Village House, and I left, like when I used to bring, like, my DSLR camera. I left it just,
Mhm.
like, sitting on the table, and we were in PhilharMagic, and I, like, looked over at Jason, I was like, "My camera's in Pinocchio Village House." So, of course, he had to go and grab it. Because
And it
why
was
would
still
I
just
leave?
yeah.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
still
still just
just sitting
sitting
there.
there?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story of, um, when I lost Pop and Lolly at
No.
Disney? Oh my god. Okay. So
Every mother loses their child once.
every mother loses their
It
child once
happens.
at Disney. It happens. So, we are I am with my ex. It is like 2014, 15 maybe. Um, and her it might have been even been 2013. Anyways, I think it was 2013. So, this is pre-buttons. But, we are, like, not super well versed in Disney and, like, the and how to get to the Contemporary from Magic Kingdom. So
So difficult, sure.
I asked someone at Magic Kingdom, "How can I get to the Contemporary?" And they're like, "Okay, well, you just, like, walk on this sidewalk all the way over, and then there's a street, and you cross it, and you'll be there." Because we wanted to go to Disney Springs, but famously,
Oh,
you can't get a bus to
famously.
Disney Springs from Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
So we somehow, instead of just going on the sidewalk correctly, we went to the bus stops that were there,
Yeah.
and we like looped around to the bus stop. I don't know why. And there was all this construction because they were building like the extra bus stops at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was like before they had like this super big fancy bus stops, I guess it was just smaller. So we had went around the side and we're like, oh, where we need to be is over there. So instead of just turning around and doing it, we decided to cut through this like construction. Like we were
Oh.
literally at the bus stop on the far right. Like if you're looking at a contemporary and
Mhm.
Magic Kingdom's behind you, like there's the bus stops were to the right. And so we're on the far right and we need to be on the far left to where the sidewalk is. So we just
Right.
walk through the road, which like why didn't like a cast member yell at us or anything?
Sure.
And so we like jump through all this like these like construction like things and we jump over and we walk over the contemporary. And then we get to the contemporary and we're sitting at the bus stop waiting for a Disney Springs bus. And I've got my backpack on. My ex has his backpack on and he like takes his backpack off and then he looks at me and he goes, "Where are the bears?" And I was like, "You had them." And so we're looking at our backpacks and his backpack is unzipped. But there are no bears in it. Um, and the look on his face was literally like we just lost our children. He starts running. He starts running back
Oh.
the way we came. Like like literally like we had left a child. So we're running back and then we have to cut through all the construction again because it was nowhere along the trail. And we're like looking all around. We're in the road where the buses are. Like a bus came by and honked at us. Like
Oh my god.
we're somewhere that guests should not be. To In the world today, you know how they have like the security drops and like all
Right
those
there.
cops
Yeah.
there? It would never happen. But back in 2013, it was a wild land and we are just in places we shouldn't be. And we're looking all along the road because we're looking all along where we were and we're like it had to be over here somewhere. And I got my flashlight going or whatever. And then there I see face down just on the road where the buses are is Pop.
Could
And
you
then
imagine? I'm, like, picturing, like,
they
Mrs.
have like
Doubtfire where
slush.
she drops her mask and a bus or truck comes and just
Yes,
could you
flattens
imagine if
it.
that happened to you? You just witnessed them being run over.
And then I'm looking all around and then I see like Lolly like was like in a bush or something. Like they're just
How
like
did
it was
that happen?
because we were jumping because we had to like because we weren't supposed to be there and we had to like jump or something and they flew out of his bag because we did this stupid thing where like their heads would be like popping out of the backpack,
Well, of course,
of course.
as you
And so
do.
they
And
they
they have to that's how they see
That's how
everything.
they see everything, obviously. And so then we got them back and then we walked back to Disney Springs, and I remember it was, like, when we had, like, both lost a bunch of weight, and I was, like, so disturbed that, like, I remember we went to Earl Sandwich and I got a full fat Coke, and I hadn't had, like, a
Ugh.
regular Coke in so long, but I was just, like, so out of it. I was like, I need a Coke. I
Give me
need"
the diesel. Give me the
Yeah.
hard stuff.
Yeah, so that was the time that, um, I
Oh my
lost the
god.
bears, but
Do you think there are any listeners on here that don't know the lore of Lolly and Pop? You think they're like,
listeners,
what is
probably
he
not. I
talking
mean,
about?"
probably yes, none of them know the lore. And you're better
Oh.
for it,
No,
honestly.
but you are who you are today because of Lolly and Pop. Just scroll back on
I mean,
Casey Entertainment Cheese.
she was famously part of my Instagram handle for years, Casey and the bear. She was the bear.
So I met someone this weekend. I told this in a group chat. Um, yes, that's how most people meet Casey is from Casey and the Bear. But anyway, I met somebody who volunteered for my work event on Friday, and as they
Oh,
were
yeah.
leaving, she was so lovely. She helped us pour wine after she helped check in. She's like, "I didn't know if I was gonna say this, but like I've followed your Disney Instagram for years." And I was like, "Oh," and she said she was from Grimes. And I was like, I knew we had a listener from Grimes.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Oh, so do you listen to the podcast?" And she goes, "Oh, no, the one that you do with Casey and the Bear? No, I don't." She's like, "But I should."
She should.
And I was like, "Oh, so Casey will always be Casey and the Bear to some."
Mhm. I mean, it just has that ring to it.
Yeah,
It's just so it's so well known.
it is. Also, like, I'll never forget when, like, because you were also very popular on Twitter, but when Jace's uncle one time said something about him, like, following you on Twitter, and I was like, "Huh?"
That is
I
so
was
weird.
like
That is just
it was so strange because it's, like, obviously, like, I saw him, like, maybe, like, one time a year, and he was like, "Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Casey and the Bear is so funny on Twitter," and I was like, "What do you mean?" I mean, yes, but also, what?
What do you mean?
Please stop.
Like, yeah, because I guess I mean, there just like weren't that many like creators back then. Like, and so I think it was easier for people to know you, or at least like it felt
Yeah,
that's what it felt like to me. Was like there wasn't a lot going on,
right.
so there
It
wasn't
wasn't
as
as a
many.
saturated market.
Mhm. Yeah, because now it's just like there are so many, and everyone is kind of their own creator. So then it's just harder to like you know branch out and be as
Sure,
famous.
it's
But that's
true.
okay. I've
That's okay.
I've
That's
posted
not
I've
that shouldn't
posted
be the goal.
no, it's definitely not. I posted 2 TikToks over the last like 3 weeks. I've posted 3 TikToks. One of them
Ooh,
is about one of them is with my Monster High dolls. One
sure.
of them is about meeting a person from 90 Day Fiancé, and one was about my tweezers. So, I'm
The
about to be
tweezers story.
TikTok famous, so
I mean, sure. I mean,
mhm.
in the past 2 TikToks I have posted the same on Reels. The first one I posted on TikTok and I got 17,000 views, and then I got 1,000,000 on Reels. And then the second one, I got 1,400 views on TikTok and, like, 90,000 on Reels. And I'm like, "What are we doing?" And I
That's
understand I am someone who is like, I do think that there is some content that is meant for TikTok and some content that is meant for Reels, but these both were very much like a hand in hand could go on both, and I just,
mhm.
like, don't understand. Yeah, no, one has 176,000 on Reels, and it has 1,338 on TikTok.
And
Like, I just
what was the content of it? I forget.
that one was the "Who's Afraid of Little Old Me," that trend, and it
Yes.
was the death wheel at DCA.
Okay. And then the other one was your costume.
Yeah, the other one was the costume. So I just
Not RJ posting this and posting the worst RJ just posted in the group chat this screen cap, and why am I wait, like, RJ, you do me dirty
RJ,
all the time.
you are not for women, okay? You don't
No.
appreciate women. And right after Mother's Day,
Right after Mother's
how
Day.
dare.
Doing me
So
dirty. If
rude.
you come on, just like, you know,
Did you call Gloria?
I did. I called Gloria. She called me on Friday, um, and told me that she was driving to San Antonio, which is you drive past Austin to go to San Antonio. And I
Mm,
forget what she called me to ask me. She wasn't like, "Hey, I want to see you" or anything. No, she was just asking me something. Then she called me back 5 minutes later to tell me the answer because she found out the answer. So she wanted to tell me the answer of the name of the
of course.
restaurant. I was
Oh,
like, okay. And then she called me. Then I called her on Sunday to tell her Happy Mother's Day. I asked her if she went to the restaurant. She said yes. She said they've been closing early because someone brought a gun. I was like, great,
that's so Texas.
very Texas. But yeah. So what did you do for Mother's Day?
We had the mothers over for a lunch
Do both
situation.
mothers come?
Yeah, they both
Okay.
come. And that's just easier because it saves money by going out to eat and all that, and Jace just, like, grills burgers and stuff, and it was really nice out, so
Hmm.
it was easy or whatever. But what was not easy is getting them to leave. Jace's parents left really early. They were only here for like 2 hours, but it's like 7:30. And it's like starting to rain. And I'm like, I need you to leave my home.
It's
Please get out.
Sunday. I
It is
need
Sunday.
some.
I haven't had any downtime like at all. I need you to go. I need you to please leave. So,
Well, because
but
yeah,
she enjoyed herself.
I feel like I haven't talked to you because you've been like in event mode.
Yeah, I had a big event on Friday, and it's like it's the only one that like takes up an entire like it's the only time I work like over 40 hours in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the other events, I'm like I set up that day, it's that night, and it's over. Like this one is like, we are setting up for an entire week because it's a themed event. It's just so detailed, and it's with so many other organizations. Like our sponsor is really hands-on, and they're like control most of it. So like their whole team is there, and then their like design company that they hire is there. So it was a lot, and
A lot of
it's
moving
over now.
parts.
Yeah. But I have another event tomorrow, but that one's easy and fun, but my mom volunteers for that one. She loves to volunteer for it. Her and her little girlfriends come. It's fun. It's exciting, but that's why we're recording tonight. So thank you for being
Nice.
flexible.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we had I I mentioned on Close Friends, we had convocation this weekend, and so like the graduate school puts on a like commencement ceremony for every college that we certify the degrees for. There's like it's but so it's like the way that the graduate school works is that we are the graduate school, but then like every like like engineering, natural sciences, fine
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
arts, they all like have that's where the programs are, but we certify the degrees. We're the ones that like you submit your paperwork to like get your dissertation, um, stuff like that. But so
Yeah.
we have a ceremony. So like sometimes like a lot of the colleges have their own ceremonies, but we have a big ceremony so that like it's kind of like all the graduate students together, all the doctoral students together. So this is like a big deal. And the way that they were handling it before was that the person that did commencement, convocation, she also was like the director of recruitment. She also has to do like she was at one point she was also managing the website. Before I came along, she was managing the website. She does orientation. She does
Jeez.
she does these like graduate school awards. Like she manages like getting people to nominate people for these awards, putting together a committee of people that like choose the winners, because these winners, like one person wins like a top dissertation wins like $10,000, like and
Oh.
two other win like $6,000. Um, and then there's like 8 or 9 awards that go out. She does the awards. She used to do this competition called like 3-minute thesis, where like students would like um talk about their research in 3 minutes. She's doing all of that. Like, and
And
so
getting paid like a one-person salary, I'm
yes,
sure.
getting paid 1% salary. And so then when she finally left this past year, so last year was her last commencement. She basically like took a new job like June 1. She was like, I will do commencement and then I'm out of here. And so then they decided like, okay, we're gonna have a recruitment person, but then we'll also have an events person. Because it just makes
Yeah.
sense. Like,
That just
so
make that's yeah.
we hired someone that like came from like the wedding industry, and so like she's just really good at events. Like she's very like like calm, collected, and like just like I feel like if you're gonna be like a wedding events person, you just kind of like have to be prepared for everything.
Very
She's really
detail
good at
oriented and yeah.
yeah, very detail oriented. She's really easy to work with, and it's just so nice now that there's not this person that had to do all of these jobs and also recruit students, and now like she can just focus on events. So it was very nice to have this, but it's just so funny because like the person that was in the job before, she her ghost just lives in the graduate school because she was just there for so long. So like
Mhm.
there will always be times where I'm like, hey, can you check what can you check your email and see if you got something from, Hootsuite to verify this, but because it's like still tied to her account or something. Luckily, she still works at the university, so like she still has her email
Oh,
address,
that's
things like
nice.
that.
Yeah.
So on Saturday morning, they're like, I had set up the live stream through our Google. I'd given them the stream key. I felt like my knowledge, from doing Twitches, I was like, okay, I've got it. I just copied, like from the last one we did, and I got it all figured out. 'Cause used to also just handle all of the live stream stuff because she
Of
did all
course.
the
Why not?
YouTube. She
Sure.
just knew all of it. And so morning of, they're like, we can't get it to work. I think you need to just like log in and like press go or something. Luckily, I'd brought my laptop with me, but I left it in my car because, like, we were having, like, extra security, so I was like, "I'll just leave it in my car. If I need it, I can go run and get it." But then I was like I was having to, like, seat students. So it's, like, 8:15. I'm seating students. I'm getting texts that are like, "You need to come back here. There's a problem, blah, blah."
God.
I'm doing my teacher voice. I didn't even know I had a teacher voice, but I'm
I need to
doing my
hear it.
teacher voice to
Say
these
something.
engineering master students. I would be like, "Hey guys, you can't sit here. Like I said, you need to fill in all of the spots. You need to keep moving." And then and then they wouldn't move and I go, "Well, what?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" And I would just look at them and then I go, if you're not going to sit down where I tell you to, you need to leave. You need to go back
Oh
out
my
into the
god, like,
hallway."
they're 4-year-olds.
Yes, because I'm like, because they all wanna sit next to their friends and stuff, and
Of course.
they wanna, like, save seats, and I'm like, "Bro, once you guys get up and walk out there, you can move around. You
Right.
can move in the line." But I was literally like, "Hey, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, you guys need to go out there. If you're not gonna sit down, I need you out there." And I was just like, I can't believe I have this voice in me, for these, like, graduate students.
These
So
grown-ass
these
humans.
grown ass children, and it's the engineering ones. I'm like, "Y'all are
Yeah.
supposed to be, like, the smarty pants."
The Smarties.
Um,
No.
yeah, so then I had to go run out to my car. I'm holding my fan. I've got my little hand fan, and I've just got it on as I'm running to my car and back, and I had to pee, and I was like, "I can't pee. I have to do all this." And then I'm, like, I felt like I was trying to, like, like, stop a bomb from going off because I pull my laptop up and I'm like, because when I had
"What's the
tried to,
code?" And then it's the last moment, "Ah, got it. We're
yeah,
in."
that's literally what it felt like because then I was going through this Google authorization loop on YouTube because you know
Fuck
how,
Google authorization. Oh my
yes,
god, I feel like that shit never works.
it never works,
Ever.
and it's like, it literally was like, "You changed your phone number recently, but we're gonna text it to the old number."
Oh my god.
Why? So it
It's
was
so
texting
worthless.
it to the girl that had the job. So I text her at 8:30 in the morning and I go, "Hey, I am so sorry. If you are awake, can you please give me the code that Google just gave you?" Because I was in this loop of like I had tried to log in on the people that were streaming's computer, and it was like, you need to log in on a place where you're already logged in, or go on, like, to authorize it. So I went and got my laptop where I was logged in, and then it was like, "Let's make sure it's you."
Oh my god.
I'm like,
Like,
"Girly
there
pop,
has to
we
be
were
a
up
better
here
way.
yesterday."
There
Like,
has to be
I
a better
was
way.
there has to be. And so then like, I was going back and forth. She finally gives me the code, and then at that point, she was just watching the ceremony. She's like, "Why is it pink?" Like, cause like, the words were, like, kind of pink. I was like, "I'm just glad it works. I have no idea." And then she's like, it was just funny because I gave her kind of the, like, floor to, like, kind of critique things. She's like, "The flowers look pretty." I'm like, "Yeah, they are." And then she was like, "Okay, I saw my students. I'm logging off now, I promise. Bye." Like,
Great.
uh, but it was just
Ugh.
like, it was so stressful because I was just like, if this live stream doesn't work, I'm gonna feel like a failure, and Like,
You're gonna
but
get mean-ass emails
and I
from
never
parents.
even got it authorized. I just kept refreshing the stream on my page, and then it, like, turned on. It's
That's
so
strange.
stupid. I hate YouTube. And I think I mostly just hate it because, like, I hate dealing with this, like, double, triple authorization whenever you, like, work for a company or something because it's
Yeah.
like, babe, that could have been 3 people ago, the phone
Right,
number.
exactly. And that's the same thing, like, we have Square, like, for the 5 times a year that we use Square for, like, a cash bar for an event, and it's like, when you set up Square and this happened when I worked at the Performing Arts Center too, like, you have to use someone's email, and I'm like, "You think this one person is going to be here forever at this company that it doesn't make any sense." So
Yeah,
it's the same thing where it's like, it can only remember the device for 90 days, and then it sends a text message to one person for a code, and I'm like, "This is stupid. There has to be a better way."
yeah. And it's always
It's
like, yeah, because like,
2024.
yeah, I was able to at least change the email to, like, one of our, like, standard, like, grad school emails so that, like, anyone can do it. But the phone
Right.
number, it has to be
The
someone's cell
phone
phone
number.
because it's gonna text something.
Yeah, it's like you would need a work cell, which not
Yeah,
people don't have that.
which, yeah, the university's not giving us a work cell.
No.
So, yeah, but
Dang.
then I got home from so I got into convocation at 6 a.m. I got home at, like, 2:30, and I just sat down in the bed because I was gonna go eat with Joe and his friend, and then when I sat there, I was like, "I can't get up. I can't do it.
No.
I have to stay here." And so
That's such
then
an early time to be,
yeah,
like, on 100%.
yeah, and I'd, like, woken up at, like, 4:30 in that, like, airport panic, the, like, "I'm gonna miss my
Oh, yeah.
flight, so I'm gonna keep waking up." And so I was just like I took a nap, but then it messed up my sleep schedule as you saw, and
Yeah, it
I
did.
was texting the group chat at 3 a.m. because, the boys were on, uh, Be Food and Free were on California time, so I'm just like, "La,
And the other
la," like,
boys were on Manila time, and I was sleeping.
"You
Like,
were sleeping."
I woke
And,
up and
like,
I was like, "What in the world is going on in this
it was
chat at
awful
3 AM?"
because then since I was, like, awake, I was just looking at TikTok, so then when I was trying to sleep, my mind was just, like, Tortured Poets Department, Paris, and, like, weird TikTok things and, like, stories I had heard on TikTok, and I'm like, "I feel like I'm crazy." Like, this is why babies shouldn't look at screens because this is what
This
my
is yeah,
mind
no
feels like
screen
right
times.
now. So, but
Ugh, so
I'm alive
stressful.
now. After the avocado then tried to kill me the next day, it's been a
You
hard
had a
48
you had a
hours.
day to yeah, I was gonna say, your Monday treated you better than your
Yeah.
weekend.
Mhm.
That's good.
But yeah. Okay, so let's see. Anything else on our I was like, I
On
didn't
our
even write anything. I was like, I just have things to talk to Miranda about, so I'll just
I
bring them
only
up.
I only wrote that we should have talked about Tiana, and we did. We just touched on her.
We could also touch on now that they've released the Frozen ride stuff. Have you seen Frozen Anna? How she goes
Oh
from
my
being
god. Yes! Have you seen the shards of ice that come up from the ground? Have you seen the lantern scene from
yeah,
the Tangled ride?
yes.
Holy hell.
The lantern scene is insane. In the Frozen one, when she, like, goes from being frozen to not like, it's the cape
The
flapping, like,
cape being up and then coming down, like, how
like,
did they do it?
how
And
are
people
they
are like,
doing this?
I hope that comes to Walt Disney World." I was like, "The fact that you think this is coming to Walt Disney World, you are out of your mind. You are out
Yeah,
of your mind if you think this is coming to Walt Disney World."
maybe in
It
20
won't.
years, like, yeah, it just won't,
Like,
because
the comparison TikToks from the Frozen ride in
oh, yeah,
Fantasy Springs to Frozen Ever After, it's so funny. Oh, it's
the
so
poor
good.
uh, faces, the Epcot
The
faces are just
faces.
and when they, like whenever they rolled that out, the Epcot faces, they're like, "Look." Like, look how
Look at this high tech. Wow.
like they can actually have more expression this way. And it's like, or you can just go to Tokyo and like
Or you can just
do
go to
it
Tokyo.
do it the way that, like I'm I'm shocked. It looks so
It
good.
looks
Yeah. I love that they
honestly.
like because like the reason I saw the Tangled one was on TikTok. It was TDR Explorer was like
Mhm.
got like sponsored to go, like, or it was said like paid partnership or something.
Yeah, they brought some media in, and I was like, "Gosh, that's like a whole month early."
Yeah.
Like a whole month. It's kinda wild, but it's gonna be good. And I'm like, I don't wanna fully watch spoilers, but I wanted to see enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get
Like I
excited.
wouldn't
And then Jason's
yeah,
like,
I wouldn't do a full like ride. Like I'm not even a full ride through person, I think. Usually unless it's like I feel like I'm never going to do it. Like
"That's
I
true."
don't feel spoiled by seeing stuff on like I'm just thinking about like whenever like Rise came and people were like no spoilers or like you need to
No
post something
spoilers.
if you're going to post about Rise and it's like
Yeah.
calm down. Like just skip it, like and it's not
T
gonna ruin
Just
it
a
for
little
you
tippity tap. Tip tap
because
tap.
being there in person is like,
It's so
um
different. Like, to see an animatronic through a screen and then seeing it in real life, like, it just doesn't justify it. Like,
yeah. And yeah, Jessica just avoided it because she
yeah,
didn't want spoilers, and
'cause you're a grown
and
adult.
yeah, and people I mean, like but yeah, but it's I don't know. Oh, speaking of, let me show you my for the next time that I go to Disney World, which I don't know when that's gonna be, Disneyland or I think the next place I'll be wearing this is probably the pool. Um
The pool. I still invited oh my god, listeners. Casey has the new Jar Jar Binks hat. That is so funny.
It is so wild. It's like a trucker hat, but his eyes are up. He's got like these like plush eyes above the
That, like,
head.
would look like if you have, like, a mouse ears hat.
Yeah.
And then he's got these little
The flappy
flappy ears.
ears and then the little tongue.
The tongue
Like
flap out of the bill of the hat is really what makes it for me, I
it is
think.
so funny. I was like, "Joe,
I
I'm gonna have to
love
wear
that.
this to the pool." Like
Yeah.
whenever we go swimming
And
because
are you wearing a Jar Jar Binks shirt as well?
oh, I am.
I love that. Very different in colors, but I'm into it. That's so
Yeah, I
good.
had 'cause I was griping about it on Instagram that I missed it because the May the 4th.
Oh, was that part of that collection?
Yes, and it sold out, and, like, whenever I had, like it kicked me off because it said that my password was wrong, and then it sent me a new password, and then when I got on, because it was, like, the whole, like, waiting room situation, so at one point,
Yeah.
they just kicked me out, and I had to wait in
Oh,
the line again, and then when I got in, it sold out in my cart, so
of
I was
course.
very upset with Shop Disney.
I just don't understand, like, why we can't hold things in our cart for 3 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, give me
Like, I
3
understand, like,
minutes.
some people put stuff in their cart and then, like, don't buy it, you know?
Right, but then take it out of your cart in 3 minutes.
Yeah, and, like, give it to the next person. It's like
Give it to the next
because
person.
like, Ticketmaster does that, like, what like
Yeah, you
or
get
at least I
time.
thought they did.
No,
Like,
they
at one
do.
point, it'll be like, "Okay, we're holding these for 7 minutes,"
Yep.
and so you have all that
That's
time to get all your stuff together, but
right. No,
it's just and I
shopping, I
feel
don't know
like
why shopping can't be like that.
no, and I feel like we've, like, evolved into this culture of, like, I don't know, everything is, like, a queue and a wait, and, like, everyone it's like there's this, like, weird demand for things, like,
It's always
that,
a
like
rush.
yeah. Like, before, it would be just for, like, oh, like, I don't know, like, for, like I remember, like, Vinylmation releases, there'd always be, like, a thing, but it would never really be that, like, the site shuts down and you have to, like, wait in line to, like, check out. But, like, when I get my, like, Monster High dolls, you have to, like, get in line to check out, and it can sell out in your
Crazy.
cart.
Oh.
So, like, it'll be like you have it in your cart, and then when you click checkout, then it's like, "Okay, we're gonna put you in the line to check out." Like you're waiting in a physical line, it feels like, you know? And it'll be like, "Okay, you've got f" it'll be 4 minutes until you can check out because they just,
Like,
like, can't handle
you
the
have
demand.
to know demand is there. Like, also for Disneyland, those stupid build your own headbands, which, yeah, I was gonna do. Did you know they
Yeah,
ran out completely and they're not
like,
restocking until the
immediately,
middle of the summer?
which is, like, how are you not restocking until the middle of the
How do
summer?
you not know that people are gonna eat this up because you're bringing it over from an Asian park?
Yeah.
Like, they do this in Hong Kong. You know everybody loves what they do in Hong Kong. Why
Mhm.
wouldn't you think
Like, just keep the production rolling, you know?
yeah, it's
Like,
silly.
I don't get it. It's the same with, like I don't know, like, cause yeah, like, sometimes with the popcorn buckets, like, when Figment came out the first time, like, that was such a
Right.
big deal, and it was like, y'all didn't know? Like, y'all didn't
You didn't know.
realize that this was the case? I
And
don't
then
know.
then they will finally make more, but then it's way too late and they make
Yes,
way too much, and then it's now discounted in discount stores that everybody was fighting over. Like
yeah,
the 50th Starbucks
this
tumbler. Like,
and, like and the, like, Mickey Celebration sipper. Remember
yes,
that? For, like,
yes.
Mickey's birthday or whatever?
Oh, I have the mini 50th sipper. She ran out though too, I
Yeah, or
think.
I sorry, I'm not thinking of 50th, I'm thinking of the Mickey his, like, birthday
Oh,
sipper
the
from
confetti.
Yes, with the confetti. Like, everyone had to have that damn sipper, and then it was,
Right.
like, everywhere, like,
Yes.
forever.
Right. Like, I don't even know why I bought this stupid fucking mini zipper. Like, when am I ever
I think
never.
I bought the popcorn bucket, and then I ended up selling it.
Mm.
Um, I think I sold it on Whatnot.
The only sipper I've ever used is my you can see it in this corner here. It's God, I can never point. My jingle Mickey, it's
The
like the
Jingle Bell.
ornament, the jingle
Mhm.
bell. That's the only sipper I've ever used because I use it every holiday season. It's
That one was
iconic.
a good one.
It is a good one because she jingles, she lights up. It's so fun.
Mhm.
Festive.
I've gotten into, like I keep them for a little bit, and then I sell them, so then I'm like, now I just can't do I can't get into the popcorn buckets because it just becomes
Yeah, I'm not a
a
popcorn bucket.
thing I
I
have
think
to offload.
I have 2. I have a yellow balloon, a yellow Mickey balloon, and then when we got the Onward van from Hollywood Studios, remember when we
Mhm.
got that? That's the only
Yeah.
those are the only 2 I have, I'm pretty sure.
I
Yeah.
still have my Onward van. Um, and you famously know when my mom got the Minnie Mouse dressed as Winifred
Oh,
Sanders, and
yes.
she got that on her Wish cruise, and I immediately sold it for $100 or like
As you should.
$110. Like, the fact that I was
Like, it's a good sipper, but, like, you can't say no to that cash that
I
you know
know.
is just immediately there.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But yeah. Well, I think it's time we go off.
We
Yeah.
go off? Yeah, let's go off.
I was like
Do you
looking for a button because I thought you clicked something and I was like, wait, no, we don't do that.
Oh, no. Do
Because
you have a go off this week?
um I thought I did. Um let's see, I wanted to go off about the engineering students, did it. I wanted to go off about avocados, did it. Um
Check.
I feel like there's something that I want to go off about. Uh Do you have one? Well, I
I
think.
do. I do have
Okay.
one.
Okay, Miranda, go off.
Okay, I am sick, literally sick to my stomach of seeing people posting raw meat on social media. And baby girl, you know who I'm looking at, and that's once again in my shithole right here, and
I
it's the Disney Park socials.
I saw it today, and I immediately thought of you.
They posted a reel today of the Tiffin's burger, which is fine. I don't mind if you eat meat. I do not care. They did, like, some stupid bit that I'm sure is, like, going viral, and they had to, like, make it their own, and then, like, it pans to this Tiffin's chef who takes out he's, like, making the burger, and I have never seen such large slabs of meat being thrown down on the counter.
He, like,
It was the
portioned
most
out a whole fucking cow, it felt
it
like.
was oh my god, it was like you could see the thigh of this thing. I've never gone out of a video so quickly, and then I, like, had to go back and look into the comment like, to pause it and look into the comments, and nobody was talking shit, and I was like, "I hate it here." Somebody has to be like, nobody can look at this. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, you've convinced me to go. Oh my god, this looks so good." And I'm like, "This isn't real. You're paying your friends to go comment on this reel, right?" Like, that has to be what it is because I've never been so triggered, and I sent it in one of the group chats, and immediately Lindsay was like, I also had to get out so quickly." Like, that it was so gross. I didn't even watch you make it. Like, you could show me how to make the burger without showing me the
Yeah, it
insides of the
was,
cow. Like
like, for anyone that hasn't seen it, they literally chop up a big, giant slab of meat. They put it through the meat grinder.
they
So you
do?
yeah,
On
so
the
you
TikTok?
like, they show the raw meat part whenever it's been, like, ground. Like, it is and then they roll it into a ball, and then they, cook it. It's like you could have literally just, like, shown whenever it has been on the pan and is
Or, like,
already
even, like, rolling it
brown.
into the ball, that's fine. Like,
Yeah, roll
whatever.
into the ball where the hand is over it so you
Y
can't
yeah,
see the
you
raw meat.
and then throwing it into the oil. I don't
Yeah,
that's fine. But
yeah.
everything up until then?
The
Are you
I
kidding me?
I couldn't believe it. Like, I was literally like, "Is am I seeing this right?" And I don't know how I missed it in our chat today, but because I saw it on my own, and I was like, "Oh my god." Like,
I was like I posted it in the chat and I said, "This makes me want to unalive." Like, I I could not. It made me s like, I've had a really bad day today, a lot of things have not gone my way today, and then I saw that and I was like, "I'm not even gonna scroll social media for fun." This just ruined my
it
day.
just
It was
ruined it.
awful. Ugh,
That's so
terrible.
disgusting.
It is disgusting, like, I don't need to see it. Your point can very well get across without showing me a dead animal on your
Yeah.
and even if
On
you're triggered and you eat burgers, like, it was
Yeah.
so gross.
I love burgers, but I
Right.
was just like, "We don't need to see this part."
You
Like,
don't need
and
to see it.
it's one thing to, like, maybe if, like, Disney had, like, a Disney cooking channel or something, but it's on
Right.
the Disney Parks channel, like
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, like, um, it was so gross.
Disturbing. Awful.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Thank you. Appreciate.
Okay.
Did you think of something to go off about?
How do I not have anything I mean, I've already gone off about people backing into parking spaces years ago. I'm still not happy with that. Um,
Still not pleased.
oh, okay, I've got my go off. Okay.
All right, Casey, go off.
Okay. So, I have recently fallen into Show Me Your Moo and like they've got great colors, great
Mhm.
patterns, great
Mhm.
stuff. I got a one piece on like super sale and it's like one of my favorite things now. And so I was really feeling myself and I was like, "Oh my gosh, they have like dresses like that are on sale were like an additional 40% off." But the problem is that they're final sale. So I said, "You know what? I'm just going to buy them anyways because like whatever." I figured like can't go wrong with them. Tell me why I got like a double XL and an XL, and both of them are like the smallest dresses I've ever seen in my life. Um, like the double XL is so small, and then the XL looks like a medium. I, like, pulled it up and it has, like, stretchy, like, like, it's how the backs of dresses usually kinda have that, like, rib or that material that, like, stretches.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
like, "But it's got the stretchy," but the stretch is, like, barely there. And I'm like, "There's no way that, like, I can wear this, like, for I don't know, it's gonna be a while until I can wear this." And, like and I'm just like, "How is it that I've got the bathing suit and the bathing suit's fine, but the dresses are just, like, so small that I don't know." It's just I've never encountered that, like, to wear like because most of the time, it's like if something is just, like, a little tight or something, like,
Mhm.
it's usually like, "Oh, yeah, it's a little tight, but, like, I can make it work," or, like, if I'm still doing my, like, calorie deficit, like, it'll be soon before I can wear it. These, I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to wear you because it's just like, I don't know where someone who made this extra large, like, lives because it's not in this reality, mama. Like,
And I'm like, "It's in your name. A muumuu, it should" you know what I mean? Like, a muumuu is
yeah,
like a large, like, flowing piece of fabric.
yeah.
Like,
Well, I
you
mean,
shouldn't be
these aren't
well,
muumuus by
I
any means,
know, I know. I
but
yes, but that's when you think
but,
of
like and they, like
muumuu, so, like
yeah, and they famously make, like, plus size dresses and stuff, and I think the ones that I got, like one was, like, an XXL, not the 2X, which is another thing with plus sizing that is so stupid because, like, there is a straight size XXL and that is essentially 2 X's, but there's a straight size XXL that is different than a 2X. So when you, like, shop at Target, the 2X is bigger than the XXL. It's, like, the
I don't
nuttiest the nuttiest sizing I've ever seen.
that doesn't make
Um,
any sense.
it doesn't make any sense, like but yeah, but so I got these dresses and they just have to sit in my closet for a while because, like, I'm like, there's not even a chance I can wear these, like, anytime soon. Like, it was just so wild. And of course it's like and then also, like, come on, why are we doing final sale? Let me
Why are
return
we
it for
doing
store
final
credit.
sale? For
Like, I'll
real.
let me return it for store credit and I'll just go buy the, like, cover up that I wanna buy. That's like again, why is a cover up $150? But I don't know.
That's swimwear is something I do not mess with. Like, I cannot justify spending the
Oh,
amount that some of these swimwear places like that Everywhere But Water, like, Everything
mhm.
But Water, whatever it's called, like, wild. So crazy for a swimming
For a
suit.
swimsuit. Something that,
Ugh,
like, gets like, if you, like, sit down on something, it's like they, like, like, if you, like, sit down on
yes.
the sidewalk or something, it's like it can
It,
get,
like,
like,
gets
all
all
messed up.
yes, the
Yeah.
what do you call it? And I'm like, and you don't
Uh-huh.
wear the same one, like, you
Yeah.
have people
You have to
wear
have
multiple different
multiples.
suits yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like you wear it maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times a year if you're, like, actually somebody who wears swimsuits a lot, which
Mhm.
is not something I dabble in.
Yeah,
So just
like,
so annoying.
we I mean, like, whenever I was in the Dominican, I brought, like, enough swimsuits, and so I wore one every day, and then I went back to my first one on the last day because I like that one the
Mhm.
most. So I had several that I've just, like, acquired over time, like
Yes, yeah.
so it's like they're not all my favorite by any means, but I'm just like, I've acquired these all over time and buying whenever, like, Torrid will have a sale or something.
Yes.
That's usually what it is.
Always
But,
the end
like
of year sale situation.
mhm. But yeah, but show me your moo I'm like, I was so mad because I'm just like, this is great because like these are cute. They'd be good for work. They'd be good for just like, like just whatever. And they were like $40 each after like all the discounts, which I'm
That's
like,
yeah, so
that's
good.
good for them. Like that's regular price at Old Navy, or at least sale price at Old Navy.
They are on, Newly. That's how I've had, like, a
Oh, are they?
mm,
I saw
yeah.
them on like one of the other rental places,
Yeah,
but
they have some good show me your Mimi.
yeah, I've started getting I've paused my Newly because I'm not going anywhere right now.
Right.
Um, oh yeah, they're on like Rent the Runway. I know that.
Mhm.
Um, but I've paused my Newly for a bit because I'm not really going anywhere. Maybe I'll do it again for Chicago. Um, but I'm now getting, like, the TikToks of, like, girlies, like, trying on their stuff,
Mm.
and, like, some of the things that the girls pick up, I'm like,
Some of the things the girls pick up, it's
"What
very
is"
interesting. And
Yeah.
especially I feel like those ads, I'm always like, "Can I mute you? Like, I don't wanna see I don't like any of these.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like,
not my."
this isn't my like, none of them. I'm like, "This is not my style." Like and, like, I feel like with, like, the Newly there's enough stuff that, like, I could make work. But yeah, but the
Yeah.
things that some of the that I'm seeing on these TikToks of, like, "Go through my Newly with me," it's like, I don't know why you would have picked that one.
I
That
should start doing
seems
that. But I'm like, "Girlies, why don't you work with me?"
yeah.
I'm like, "I have been literally renting from you for the last 27 months, constantly. I have
Yeah.
never taken a break. Please just give me just 1 month free." I did
Just a
rent this.
month.
I haven't worn it yet, but I got this little spritz tea, little Aperol spritz tea, because
Oh.
you know me, I love a little spritz moment.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
that's one of my rentals this month. So silly.
Yeah,
But
and,
it's so
like,
cute.
when I did my Newly, I felt like it's like I wanted to get the most bang for my buck and, like, get all, like,
Yes,
dresses and stuff,
sure.
but then it was like I rented that little, like, tank top bodysuit from, what is it? Chloe's brand. What's her brand?
Good American.
Good American. And it is it was my favorite thing. Like, I wore it so much just, like, throughout the month, and then I
Mhm.
was like, I don't wanna buy this one because it's a little haggard." You know, whenever they're like,
Yeah,
"You can just buy this one," I'm like, 20 other
I don't
people's
want this one. Yeah,
junk
like,
has been in this one.
I would only consider it because I do get, like, new things a lot. Like, I wore a
Uh-huh.
purple dress, to my event on Friday, and it was brand new, and it was, like, a $350 dress. So I was like, "This feels like I got my money's worth because it's
Yeah.
brand new. I took the tags off," that sort of thing. But, yeah, when it's, like, a jean jacket, then I'm like, "No, thank you," because that is how I discovered, like, my favorite jean jacket is I rented it multiple times, and then, like, finally I asked for it for Christmas from somebody, and I
Mhm.
was like, "That's." So it's a good way to
Yeah.
discover things like that, I think.
Yeah. And, I've almost pulled the trigger on buying the bodysuit on, like, Poshmark.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I'll find them on Poshmark, and I'm like but then I'm like, I'll like it, and then they'll send me an offer, and then the offer will expire, and I'm like, "Crap."
"Oops,
So
remember me?
sometimes
Can I have this
I'll
back?"
unlike it and then like it again later to see if I get an offer again,
Oh,
which I
sure.
usually do. But
Tip
I
and trick.
haven't bought it yet, but it is I need to buy it eventually because I'm like, I just wore it, like, so much, and it's gonna be so hot this summer, so
Yeah, when you find a good staple like that, you gotta.
mhm. But yeah. But yeah, so wasn't this fun, y'all? Just
You
the
guys,
girls
don't you like it when it's
chatting.
just me and Casey?
Mhm.
None of that busy chatter, none of that
Mhm.
just I don't know, this
None of that suburban nonsense
I'm
that's
the
happening to
suburban nonsense.
Adam.
Oh, yeah, none
Oh,
of
Ad
the no crazy suburban white ladies harassing
Mhm.
Adam this
Or Adam
week.
getting hate crimed.
I need to go back and listen to that or maybe watch it. That was so funny. Oh, Jilly is on. She just
Jill,
came on. I was actually gonna text and be like, "Will you come on? It's just me and Casey tonight. Come
I
chat with us
know.
girls."
Come chat with the girlies. I know, we should make Jill be our guest next week.
Ooh, that'd be
That would be
fun.
that would be fun.
I would enjoy
Um,
that. 'Cause oh, no. Well, I don't know if she's coming to California or coming to California. You know what I mean, coming to Disneyland. She's in California, but
mhm.
till 5:30. Well, thanks for popping on right when you get back from work, Joe. We appreciate you.
We
And we
appreciate
appreciate
you.
all you listening, even though we may be the straights and just, you know,
We gave the flair.
We have stories.
Yeah. And today on today on the grad school's Instagram, I used hot to go for a reel.
Oh, you did. What'd you
For
do?
like the grad well, it was just like the graduation, like just it was just like the beginning of hot to go where it goes 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do, 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 do. I thought it was so
It's a
fun,
good
and I
song. It's a good song
yeah.
for a reel.
So I was like, I'm putting that as a reel because I want the people that see the grad school account to know that I'm a young, hip Gen Z girly.
You are. And your aversion to avocado just makes you Gen Z and not millennial. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, if you were
Exactly.
a true millennial, you would not have an aversion to avocado.
I would be a
You
avocado toasty.
Yeah, but you're not. So you are Gen
No.
Z. Just
Let's see
furthermore
how many
proof.
I've only had 979 views of the new reel. I posted it at a weird time, but it's cute.
Hopefully it picks up.
The graduation content always gets good viewership. We got 164 likes on one post,
Wow.
147 on the other.
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's
so
impressive. For
yeah,
a
my
grad
boss is always
school.
like, "I'm so glad you're here to do social media so I don't have to do it," 'cause I always felt awkward being like, someone's dad asking people to take
Can I
photos.
take your picture? Can you just come
Yeah.
together for a photo quick?
And then
No.
I had my coworker, I had my coworker who is actually Gen Z, um, go outside with me to, like, get people to take photos, and it was funny because I told her one day, "I refer to you as my Gen Z coworker," and she was like, um, "Well, I sometimes feel millennial because I grew up with older sisters. So, like,
I
I
check
kind
that.
of feel like a millennial." I'm like, "Yeah,
Oh, you
You're Gen Z, though."
that's what we could have talked about, that one in a millennial book today. We could have discussed.
I mean, discussed what? That
I
it
don't know.
sucked?
It did. So, last thing, listeners, we listened on our my most recent audiobook. Casey's moved on since then. Was One in a Millennial by this girl named Kate Kennedy. Apparently, she has a podcast, has a very large following. Like, I had never heard of her, but whatever. And at first I like really enjoyed it because of course, why wouldn't I enjoy it? She mentioned Mary Kate and Ashley like 7 times in the first 3
Mhm.
chapters. I was like, "Oh, this is my bitch." Like,
Pandering.
yeah, like I get it. I understand all of these experiences that you are having. I have also shared these experiences. But she was the worst to listen to. Like, at first I was like, "Is it her? Is she the author or did they just hire somebody?" Like I
Yeah.
couldn't get over it.
It was yeah, it's like because I listen to a lot of books like this, Miranda,
Yeah,
like, I am famously, a nonfiction book girl,
audiobook girly.
so
Yeah.
audiobook only. I love listening to, the author. Like,
Yeah.
if it's not read by the author, I'm like, "What are we doing?"
What are
Um,
we doing?
so, um, I mean, unless
Right,
it's,
yeah. We don't need
unless it's
Brittany to
Britney
read her book.
Spears, yeah,
We don't need it.
yeah.
That's fine.
Um but yeah, but listening to her read this audiobook, like, she would, get she would, like, tear up in places that, like, weren't necessarily sad, and, like, I've listened to a lot of books, and, like, there are times that, like, it's like, "Oh, like, a nice, like, teared up moment would really do well here." Nothing in her book was, like, really worth
No.
tearing up for,
And it was, like,
like,
honestly embarrassing to listen to. Like,
it's like
let me read a
yeah, it's like
sentence.
secondhand embarrassment.
I did that with Rise of the Resistance. I just avoided it. That is so cute. And we were like, why are you crying? And I'm like listening to it at like 1.25 speed. And I was like, is she
Yes.
tearing up here?
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
don't
I also listened to it on 1.25. I may have even upped her because she was going so slow. I was like, "We cannot. I can't
We
do this."
it was and it was very monotone at times too, and I just, like
I just didn't know how she was a podcaster.
I don't know how she's a podcaster, and a podcaster who, like, goes on tour and sells out
Yeah,
God knows what size of venues. I'm
like,
like,
I I don't know.
I
Wendy,
don't know.
I will send you a list. Wendy is my best friend from high school.
"Oh, hi,
Um,
Wendy."
so
I know Wendy.
so we have had plenty of our millennial experiences together. And yeah, and I need to give you a list of good audiobooks
Yeah,
because
Casey
this
Casey's
wasn't
always
one
got
of
some
them.
good ones. I really did like and I know you're not a Peloton girly, but I did really like Tunde Oyune's Speak Now, Speak Up. I think it's Speak Now. And she's really good at reading it. So, and it's not obviously just about Peloton, but
Yeah.
you need to listen.
Mhm.
You need to take a listen. Well, that's the thing, Jill. If we were to write a book, like honestly, it would be a lot of the content that was in this like one in a millennial book. Like it was, I don't know. And maybe I should have
I
read
felt
it.
like she was more like, and another thing about the book was that she would kind of, like, touch on these, like, millennial subjects, but it almost wasn't that she was giving so much of her, like, she would give a little bit of, like, her personal story with it, but I
Mhm.
felt like it almost felt like she was giving a book report on
Yeah.
being a millennial, so it didn't feel as, like, just, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Comfortable, cozy, as, like a like, if you were just telling a story of your childhood, you
Right.
know? Like, because I feel like you could tell a nice narrative and, like, really set the scene of your childhood and kind of, like, give some lessons you learned from that, but I felt like hers was, like, reporting on it and not, like,
Oh yeah,
tell a
no,
story on it.
she definitely didn't have a personality, but I just really did enjoy a lot of the things that she brought up that made me
Yeah, like, she had good
brought me back.
references. I think that's
Yes,
what it was,
very
is
good
that
references.
great
Oh, and when she
references.
would go into rhyme, I'm like, "Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get me out." When she would rhyme, I could not handle it. I was like, "This is awful. This is trash."
It was
Anyway,
it
good
was
for
like, I
her.
was so glad to be done with it. Like, I was like, and because 'cause I'd gotten, like, a skip the line copy, so you
Oh,
only get it for a week, which seems stupid. So I had to finish it in a week, and it's, like, 8 hours, so I'm like, "Oh, crap. I gotta put in some time on this." I'm, like, trying to get it done, and I was telling Joe, I'm like, "I have to finish this stupid audiobook
I
tonight."
know.
And he's like,
It
"You
was
hate it. Why are you finishing it?" I was like, "Because I
you
have to
gotta.
finish it. I
You
gotta.
gotta.
I don't like to I didn't like lessons in chemistry, but I had to
Oh,
finish it."
you didn't like that one?
Did you read
No, I
that
haven't.
one?
I have not.
I don't
Um,
understand how, I mean, I'm again, I'm not a fiction, so
see, I like to physical read fiction and I like to listen to nonfiction.
mhm, that
That's
makes
my
sense.
my stuff.
Because with fiction, a lot of times, like, and I think that was my problem with fiction, is listening to it, because some of them just use the same person, or just it's just whoever they choose to read the book, it's never the author for the
Oh, yeah.
fiction books. So
Right.
it's like, I've said this on the pod before, it's the woman making the man voice that's like, "Oh, Quinn, you're so hot." Like,
Yeah.
reading, what is it? What is it?
People
Vacation
you meet on
Friend,
vacation.
People You Meet on Vacation, um, and maybe is Funny Story the new one or an old one?
Funny Story is the new one.
Okay, then it was a funny story. It was one of the other ones where they're at, like, maybe People You Meet on Vacation is where they're at the vacation house, and, like,
Or is that beach read?
I don't,
I'm
they all
pretty
see
sure I was
they
gonna
all
say,
mix
I'm pretty sure
together.
all those ones are almost the same, but okay.
Um, and, like, and when she does the voice of the man, and, like, they, like, decides to, like, hook up, he's just like, "Oh, you're so hot." And it's just so
Ew.
cringy to
Oh, I
listen
don't
to
like that.
It's a woman making this like stereotypical man voice, and it makes me wanna die.
Oh god.
It's just it just takes me out of it. I can't get into the
You
spice
just
of it
can't.
all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, listening to a spicy book would, I think, just ruin it for me. Like, stop talking, please.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Book Lovers was a small town girl, they're all the same. Small
They're
town
all the
vacation house.
same.
That might have been it. It was the one where she was with some guy, and they were all friends, and they've shared this house for, like in, like, Cape Cod for years, like, this
It
summer
wasn't People You
house.
Meet on Vacation. I think it was uh,
If they all sound the same, then that's a
I
problem
think
for me
they all
also.
are. I think they all are. Again, I do buy them, but they look beautiful on my bookshelf. Have I
Yeah.
read all of them? No, but I buy them. Like, I waited for Book Lovers to come out, or not Book Lovers. I waited for Happy Place to come out on paperback so it would fit on my little bookshelf. But I haven't read
Mhm.
it.
Let's see. One summer, two rivals, a plot they didn't see coming. Nora Stevens' life is books. She's read them all. And she is not that type of heroine. Am I saying
That
that
she
word right?
never is. She never is.
Not the plucky one, not the laid back dream girl, and especially not the sweetheart. In fact, the only people Nora is heroine for, am I saying that word right?
Heroine,
For
yeah.
are her clients, for whom she lands enormous deals as a cutthroat literary agent and her beloved little sister Libby. She agrees to go to Sunshine Falls for the month of August. No, this isn't it. I didn't read this one.
Which one was that?
Book Lovers.
Oh.
Let's go on Libby. Libby will tell me who I read.
Oh, yeah. Pull it up. I will be
I know.
reading Book Lovers, but I'm trying to think of when. Like, when am I? Probably this summer, like by the pool. I like to read
Let's
fiction by the pool.
Yeah. I read Julia Fox's, or I listened to Julia Fox's uh audiobook.
Does she do it?
Of course she does, and
Oh my god.
it's wild. But
I think I gotta listen to that one.
yeah, it's pretty funny because she's just like, I don't know, she's the way she
She's
does
so
it.
like such a unique person.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so funny. So good.
Okay. So people we meet on vacation, I did, let's look at the reading journey. I did finish it. So that one was two friends, two best friends, 10 summer trips, one last chance to fall in love. Poppy and Alex. Alex and Poppy, they have nothing in common. She's a wild child. He wears khakis. She
Ah,
has
not
ins-
khakis.
she has insatiable wanderlust. He prefers to stay home with a book. And somehow, ever since a
Wow.
fateful car share home from college many years ago, they're the best of friends. Yes, this was one of the ones.
That's one I read. I read that one
Mhm.
last year.
But then the other one must have been, now I have to investigate.
Yeah, now we need an answer.
Cause I had Book Lovers on here, but I know I didn't read it. But I think it was Happy Place that I read. Because
Okay.
Happy Place was when, wait, hold on, let's see. A couple who broke up months ago pretend to still be together for their annual week-long vacation with their friends. Yes. Harriet and Win. Yes. That was
Win,
it.
like WIN?
WYN. That was the
Oh.
guy's name.
Oh, okay.
They broke up 5 months ago, and they haven't told any of their friends, but they go on this trip and pretend.
Oh. You would
Um,
if you don't like, I guess I don't know. I really liked, was it The Proposal or the Wedding Date? It's like that series, The Wedding Date and The
oh,
Proposal. I thought those
mhm.
were cute.
Yeah, I try I put them on I was like, everyone's reading these, so that's why I got, like, lessons in chemistry, and
You've gotten a lot. Like, I feel like I can't listen to audiobooks because my wait times are always so incredibly long.
I usually put them on my way I put them on and then, like, hope to God that I get them at some point.
Yeah, like, it's always like it's 27 weeks from now. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, slay."
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Thanks.
and, like but what ends up happening usually is that, like, at least the Austin library will get more copies, and so you
Oh.
bump up on the list.
The
And they
Chives
usually
library, not so much, you know?
yeah, they do it, like, once a month, they, like, do their order. Um, but yeah. So anyways, that's again my reading moment, but I don't know.
Casey's literary corner.
Mhm. I'm not like other girls. I listen to audiobooks and I
Same.
watch 10 hours of Summer House because that's also what I was doing this weekend was watching Summer House, which okay, we can end. It's
This
been
is
an
why
hour and
when
20
people are like,
minutes.
"What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "Well, Casey and I are, like, actually friends who do, like, actually talk, like, all the time, so this is just, like, us having a conversation."
This is us catching up because Miranda has
Just
been too
catching up.
busy.
Oh my
But
goodness.
so I've been watching Summer House, and I don't know if Jill has watched any Summer House, um, but I just started watching Summer House, and my coworker, my little coworker, she was like, "Oh yeah, you gotta watch it." She's like, "The COVID year was great." Because Summer House, the premise is that they are friends that go to a house like an Airbnb for the
Okay.
weekends during summer and they film it. So it,
Oh,
it would be like the real world house
or, like, a
filmed.
Jersey Shore, but, like oh, like
Yes.
okay.
So and when I say real world house, I mean the one that we talk about for
Got
Disneyland.
it, got it, got it. Okay.
It's just a bunch of people, like, going to a house for the weekend, and they film it, and they, like, drink and party and whatever. But for COVID, they rented a house in the Hamptons or whatever, I think it was the Hamptons,
Yeah.
for, like, 6 weeks because it was just like, "Well, let's just all, like, quarantine together
If
this
you yeah, I was
summer."
gonna say, if you're in a pod.
Yeah. So they rented this giant house, and, like, obviously people weren't traveling, so, like, they found a giant house in the Hamptons or whatever, and they stayed there for 6 weeks, and so it's like there's a couple or I think there was, like, 2 couples and then, like, girls and guys. So there's everyone, whatever. But, like, I don't know, it's so good, and, like, I don't do you know who Giggly Squad is? Have you ever
Yes.
seen the Giggly
Yeah.
Squad? They met on Summer House. So Hannah and
Oh.
Paige met on Summer House.
Oh, I did
And
not know
so
that.
so I'm watching the Summer House season, um, I'm watching the Summer House season 5 when they go to the COVID house because they have 8 seasons. I'm not ready to go from 1 to
That
on.
yeah, that's a lot.
I like to start somewhere kind of recent, so 2020, summer 2020. So I am just learning all of this as I go, but it is just, like, so interesting just because it's, like, no drama, but also, like, it's so low stakes in watching it that it's, like, I don't really have to know much about these people to, like, learn everything I need to know about them,
I love
you
that.
know?
Where do I
Like, it's
watch?
it's on Bravo. So I have
How
Peacock, so I watch
ugh,
on Miss P. I
okay.
can I can
May
give you a
I
login,
may need
Miranda.
the P login. Yeah, I think I
I
need
mean,
her.
everyone else on this damn pod has it. Um, but it's good. It's very just, like, low stakes and, like but, like, good enough, like, drama and happening because like, I will just say this one thing that, like, Hannah and Paige, like, since they have, like, the Giggly Squad, they've got, like, a lot of followers and stuff, and, like, someone DM'd the Giggly Squad and was like, "I'm a psychic, and I need to tell you that this girl and this guy that are together in the summer house right now have hooked up." And it's just, like, some random and then, like, everyone's
What?
like yeah, everyone's like, "Why are you listening to your stupid followers? Like, they're not a psychic, blah, blah, blah." And they're like, "No, she's real. She's told us things
That's
before."
so funny.
But it's just like some random follower that's like, "I'm a psychic and I need to tell you this tea." So then they like they present the tea to the group and the group is like so mad at them because
Be
it could be true, could maybe it's not
could
true, but who
could be
knows?
true. There are any
It's
psychics that would like to give us some tea, please let us
yes, if you
know.
are a psychic, please come into the
Drop us a
DMs.
note. Yeah,
Yeah, drop us a note
thank
in the
you.
chat.
And
Um,
chat.
but yeah, so that's my review is again, Miranda, if you want to watch something, also watch Vanderpump Rules. Just watch the
know.
current
I
season.
gotta.
Who
I know. I
cares?
do. I feel like I know enough that I would like it because I've gathered so much information, obviously. I should have
There's
started watching because of Dancing with the Stars. It just should have been a
yeah.
transition.
Mhm.
But I
It's
haven't even
a
watched Abbott Elementary this season. Like, it's just
Abbott's been
I'm
harder
so
for me.
bad.
I think it was just, like, it hasn't been as I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. It hasn't caught my attention as much
Not
as
as
it
much.
has in the past. It's just
It
not
never
hitting
does.
like it used
When
to.
when the people who you think are gonna get together finally get together, it just loses all its appeal after that. You know what I mean?
But they haven't.
Oh, they haven't?
No.
Mm.
That's part of the thing,
Oh,
is that there's
well,
just,
that's
like
too much then.
but
Annoying.
yeah. But anyways, after literary talk, um, at literary talk, then we had to do TV talk because
Yeah,
that's
just how it
my bread
goes.
and butter. But yeah, I would I Maisie Moo, if
Maisie
I was a
Moo.
teacher, I would not want to relive the day either.
Great.
Like,
Yeah, same. Like, if I was a doctor or a surgeon, I wouldn't wanna watch Grey's Anatomy. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's like, no, I don't need to go, "Huh, that is my life. I'm overworked and
Oh,
underpaid. That's
yeah.
fun."
That's not funny because that's real.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fun.
But yeah.
All
Uh,
right,
yeah,
girls.
I haven't watched Baby Reindeer. We've been told to watch it several
We've
times in
been
the chat,
told
and
to watch it in a group chat,
it's it's not
and
happening.
we're
It's
not
not
gonna.
happening, babe.
We're not gonna. But I did see the
Yes.
Piers Morgan interview for some reason. I watched that
I've
on
seen it
TikTok.
on,
I
like
don't
I've seen people using the sound on TikTok
Oh.
of her, like, saying, like, "He fancied me." I don't know. I've seen, like,
It's
several people, like, do things
so
on it,
stupid.
but
But yeah,
yeah.
no,
Yeah, I
I
watch
shan't be watching
TV,
that.
yeah, to escape. I wanna live in a Airbnb mansion for the summer, and
I think that would be so fun for us to do.
yeah, because
Like, I
these
think
people
it should
just, like,
be
literally, like, brought, like, desks and stuff and, like, set up so they would just, like, work during the week
yeah.
and then party at night.
Even if it was like just a 2-week stint, you know?
Just it'd be summer camp.
A summer camp. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, I feel better that people in the chat are saying don't watch it. That it made them
Oh.
anxious.
Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, I can't do that then. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you for
Yeah.
agreeing and letting us
But
know.
Jill, I am saying watch Summer House. Watch season 5. It's fun.
Okay, I'll do that too. I gotta go visit Aretha this weekend, so I'll download it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, folks, it's been an hour and a half. We gotta get out of
We
here.
gotta get out of here.
But still only 8:30. Usually we wouldn't
Usually
have
we
started
would
till
start
7:30.
right, exactly. And that's why this feels fine because it takes not it just goes to show who the punctual girlies are in the
Mhm.
foursome, you know?
Mhm. But we
Anyway,
love ya. We love
we
ya.
love
Please edit
them.
this podcast so that it's live on Thursday.
Oh, I thought you were editing.
Oh, no. I send it to the cloud and the magic
And
happens over
hope to
there.
God something happens.
Mhm. So
All
thanks
right,
for
girls. Well,
listening,
thanks for
everyone.
listening. Make sure you follow us on
Mhm.
social. Join close friends if you're
I'll be
not.
adding our new close friend to stories.
Oh,
And again, if you join close friends, after you join, message us and I will get you added to the close friends on Instagram, and then you'll be able to see all of our highlights, which shows all of the old
past.
stories for every
Yeah.
month. So you can catch up.
And then also
But
3 episodes a month, 3 additional episodes a month.
yes. Yes, we've still got this week we're getting me and the boys going to Red Robin. It's a
Fun.
fun time. And then we'll have Miranda talking about Pixar Fest.
Yep.
So
We'll do.
exciting.
All
All
right,
right.
babes.
Bye, babes.
Bye.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.